What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about The Rock again, saying that he's not going to be in the future Fast and Furious movies in F10 Part 1 and Part 2. So this came out this morning, I believe. He was talking to CNN. I don't know why CNN is in the middle of like a Hollywood, battle between him and Vin Diesel, but he did an interview with them, and basically he said, I said behind closed doors back in this past June that I wasn't going to do it. I told Vin Diesel, himself that I wasn't going to do it, and then this post by Vin Diesel, right, brings it back up. The Rock didn't like that he mentioned his kids, Vin Diesel's kids, as well as Paul Walker's death, and he just constantly says, I'm not, it's not happening. So, here's the deal. Well, firstly, maybe most people don't care about it. That's totally cool. For me, though, this is a big deal. It's a big deal. And I'm not one, and I'm not going to, this is not like a drama channel. I don't care about these Hollywood elites like arguing with, I truly could care less. However, I guess when it does bleed into one of my favorite franchises, which is the Fast and Furious franchise, I at least have something to say about it, right? It really sucks. I don't really know who looks worse in the situation. I think, like Vin Diesel, for all that he possibly could have done, if they're making an attempt to kind of like pave over it and say like, okay, what's happened in the past has happened and we want you back. Now, like, I can't claim to know the internal talk. And like The Rock literally said like he met with Vin Diesel and talked to him. So like, I don't know what Vin is saying in this situation. You know what I mean? Like, does he say words here or what? But I just don't get from like a simple acceptance. This is, well, again, like, it's hard because you don't know the in and outs, right? You don't know the behind the scenes. But much like even like a cancel culture online, what's the point of just like immediately breaking things off and saying, I don't want to be associated, or you're a horrible person, or you should be fired from everything that you've ever, done? What's the point of doing that when shouldn't the real reason, or shouldn't the real thing we should be doing is focusing on like forgiveness and moving past and like joining with I think that should be. And it's what a lot of people claim they actually want, even though they don't. And I'm not going to speak for him, but if there is a sense that, there was a lot of bad stuff behind the scenes, not just with Vin, but with some other people too, right? But like, if they're trying to make amends, and we don't know, but it sure seems like, I don't think Vin Diesel would be so stupid to literally have done bad stuff with The Rock, not addressed it whatsoever, and then waited up until the last minute to do a Instagram post, like begging for him to come back, saying like this is the end of the saga and like we need you. I don't think he'd be that stupid, because I mean that does come across as, well, did you attempt to apologize? Did you attempt to pave things over? And I feel like they probably did try that. And then this was the last. So like, yes, this was like a desperation attempt. And like, yeah, I mean, it makes you look however you want to say it makes them look. And I think The Rock said it too. But like, if that's the only thing left you can do, and Vin is that passionate about getting these people back to end it how they want to end it, what else can you do? So I get it. I get it. Because like, I don't know, not to get personal or like YouTube drama for me, but like there's been people that have slighted me, and I definitely will not work with them or talk to them or whatever until I get apologies. But, and I can't honestly say even when I get an apology if that would lead to anything, but it's at least a start. And I think also you have to envision too, this is not just about them. Now for Hollywood and producers and executives and stuff, they kind of keep to their bubble. But in reality, if you think about it, this is for like us, the fans. Hobbs as a character, Dom as a character, do not become characters that you remember the name of, that you know of, unless we do it. Now, not like one single YouTuber. I'm saying cultural impact when the movie comes out and just everybody loves it, everybody's on board. Not everybody, okay, obviously there's Fast and Furious detractors, but people follow it, people grow to love it, and you follow these people for so many movies. Some people would say too many movies. I wouldn't. I would actually say too less amount of movies. I want more. But like, you know what I mean? You have that, and it's because of us. Like, that's how it works. I mean, this movie doesn't make billions of dollars each time, or about $1 billion each, right? If it's not for us. So I get it. And even like my own example, like I don't know if I would do stuff, but then also what I don't have that these guys have is like a legion of fans and this franchise that, is it going to feel right if you end F10 Part 2 without him, without Hobbs. I don't feel like it will be right. I don't feel like it'll seem or look, I just don't. I actually feel like it's going to be a huge problem with this movie, especially if they do some sort of CG, reincarnation of like Brian, of Paul Walker, right? I don't know if they will, but like if you can bring Gal Gadot back to bring back Giselle, which I do think is honestly really possible. Like if you do all this stuff and you bring these, and then you don't have, and you even have like Shaw, right? If you have all these people and you don't have Hobbs, like, you know what I mean? That it's a move. I get it's debatable. It's how much do you value that? You could say, well, Alex, it's just a movie. It is just a movie, but it's also like a multi-billion-dollar franchise that means a lot to people and means a lot to their paychecks, because again, like, they don't get paid as much as they do. They're not who they are. Even like The Rock, I mean, yeah, he's been in a lot of other stuff and he's been very successful, but like Fast and Furious arguably is what had him. If you look at like his movie credits and the stuff, again, he's done other stuff, but if you look at it, like Fast and Furious was that taking off point. Yeah, he did Fast and Furious and then he never looked back, and then it's just gotten bigger. But you could very much argue Fast and Furious in a big way started that kind of thing. Again, I'm not saying like he necessarily owes anything. In a way, though, I kind of am saying that he owes it to his fans. I'm only saying it if, again, there was an attempt at true, genuine, like, apology. That's another thing, too. Just saying you're sorry just to say it, or because there's pressure, because that's another thing, right? If you're like, oh, shoot, we need to get this guy back for the final movie, well, Vin, go apologize. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry. It's like, but that was a forced apology. That's not genuine. That doesn't come from the heart. So that counts, too, you know what I mean? If that happened, I would also get it from The Rock's point of view, or if there was no apology. But if there was, like, sincere, we want to move past this stuff, it's in a lot of ways like a cancel culture stuff where you could just block it off. You could say, I'm never talking to them again. I'm never working with them again. I'm done with the franchise. And I guess he's only done with Fast and Furious, right? Because he'll still do Hobbs and Shaw. But that kind of seems a little selfish when you do it like that, doesn't it? Because I'm sure there's some bleed over of talent, not necessarily like on-screen talent, but behind-the-scenes talent. I'm sure there's some bleed over from Fast and Furious to Hobbs and Shaw. So he's going to be working, I would assume, with still some people that he had done it. And let's not lie, Hobbs and Shaw as a franchise wouldn't exist without Fast and Furious. So it's still in a way taking advantage of that success, and again, because of the fans, they were able to spin it off into its own thing. So like, you're still doing all of that. You just won't do a quick, now maybe they don't want him to do it. I would assume the plan would have been to have him be a central part in 10 Part 1 and 2. Not like for Brian, I think it's going to be just a family barbecue scene at the end of the movie. The final movie will be like a 2-minute thing. That's what I think they're going to do with Brian. They don't really have a choice. If Paul Walker was still here, it'd be much more than that, but I think that's all it's going to be. I don't think that's what they want to do with Hobbs, but I think that's what they will settle for now if they can get him back. And then if they can't get him back, I don't know. What do you even do? Do you show old footage? Do you CG him, like literally his entire, or you just have him be missing? And that just, I don't know. That sucks. It does suck. I'm not going to lie and say, I don't care about it. Again, in a lot of ways, Hollywood kind of banter, I could honestly care less. But when it's with two actors that I do respect or I do really, really like, say what you want about Vin Diesel or even The Rock, because The Rock is pretty one-dimensional as well. I know maybe Vin Diesel's got a different way of looking at him, but you have these two that I really do like and I think make up a big portion of one of my favorite film franchises. I do have an opinion. I do have things to say about it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon. If you want to follow me anywhere else, I have a Twitter. I have a second YouTube channel, Podcast No Plus. I also have Patreon and YouTube memberships. The links for all of them are in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.